Hello YouTube! It is dreary and overcast and about to rain at any moment, so we are going to make do with some lighting fluctuations and a lot of background noise. I recently went to the Harvard Bookstore and a couple other places around the Cambridge area near Boston and picked up a couple books, and I wanted to share them with you. A few are recommendations by Adam at Memento Mori. One is an author that he's recommended several times, and I wanted sort of an introduction to him. And then some that I just thought were interesting and or personal goals to sort of read more by that author. The first book is On by Bernard Shaw. I've already started this, as you can tell by my super fancy bookmark. And I really enjoyed it so far. I like the writing style. It is excerpts from different works by Shaw that relate to the topic of war. It also includes some personal letters back and forth to family, friends, and relatives, and all of them are talking about his opinions of the war, different countries, and it's been really good so far. I think it's also a really good introduction to his writing style, which I have enjoyed because I do like most things military, so this topic interests me and it's a good way to get into a new author. So I thought I'd give this one a go. Certain books and certain authors always sort of get shuffled to the bottom of my TBR, and I don't want that to happen anymore, so I picked up two that I want to read over the next few months. And the first is Lies Inc. or Lies Incorporated. I don't know how you actually say that. It sounds really interesting. It says, I'm going to read to you because everybody loves that, right? Me reading bad. When catastrophic overpopulation threatens Earth, one company offers to teleport citizens to Whale's Mouth, an allegedly pristine new home for happy and industrious immigrants. But there is one problem. The teleportation machine works in only one direction. When our main character discovers that some of the footage of happy settlers may have been faked, he sets out on an 18-year journey to see if anyone wants to come back. Awesome. I really enjoy that concept, so we'll see how I get along with this book. The next by Philip K. Dick is Dr. Futurity, and this has paper in it, but it's not actually started yet. I think this sounds really good too. It says when Dr. Jim Parsons awakens from a car accident, he finds himself in a future populated almost entirely by the young. But for the young to keep the world running, death is fetishized, and those who survive to old age are put down. In such a world, Parsons, with his innate desire to save lives, is a criminal and an outcast, and it's his journey, I assume, through that world. Sounds really interesting. It's not actually one that I have heard of from him, and it's probably just because I don't really know other than Do Androids Dream of Electronic Sheep, which are his more popular books, and I guess Minority Report as well. This was one I hadn't heard of, so I picked it up as well. The next was a book that I thought would be good. I remember reading some Jack London when I was younger and liking it okay, so I picked up Jack London's The People of the Abyss. This is in 1902, Jack London experienced life in the slums of London firsthand. This shocking piece of journalism was inspired by the people he met there, the so-called People of the Abyss. With characteristic flair, Jack London has gazed unflinchingly into the abyss. And it is, early 1900s London, which is something I like. And I don't know if this is going to be a more non-fiction take or if this is actually going to be, what is pictures? Why are there pictures? Yeah, there's pictures too. So maybe it's a more non-fiction account of the people of the slums in London during that time period. I'm not really sure. Sounds good though, so I thought I'd give it a go. The last book was one my husband had picked out because he thought it sounded cool, and that is Was. And I have never heard of this, and I don't know if this would be really something I would pick up on my own, but I always like to have him pick out one book that he thinks I would like. For one, it gives me insight into what he thinks I like, and it also kind of gets me to pick up a book that I may not normally pick up on my own. The blurb on the back of this one says, "This hauntingly magical, wildly original novel explores the lives of several characters intertwined by The Wizard of Oz, both a novel written by Frank Baum and the iconic, strangely resonant 1939 film. It is the story of the real Dorothy, an orphan living a hardscrabble life with abusive relatives on a Kansas frontier farm. and of the kindly substitute teacher who decides to write the story of the life she ought to have had, is also the story of Judy Garland and her unhappy fame. It is about Jonathan, an actor now dying of AIDS, whose attachment to Oz dates back to his troubled childhood, and it's the story of Jonathan's therapist, whose work at an asylum also unwittingly intersects the path of the Yellow Brick Road. It sounds really cool. I haven't looked up anything on Goodreads, which is also uncharacteristic of me, but because it is a recommendation my husband just kind of picked up for me, I'm gonna give it a go as well. So I have one more book that I didn't pick up when I picked up these other books, but that I am planning to read in the next few months, and I don't remember when I actually purchased it. I know it wasn't that long ago. I think it was actually right before I started BookTube. And this is a shocker that I've never read, but it is the Canticle for Leibowitz, and I don't know why I haven't read this book. So I found it right before I started BookTube, I think, and it was highly recommended by everyone, and I like the concept of the story a lot as well, so I think this will be one of the kind of forefront of these books that I start. And if you have picked up anything very interesting in the last few months, feel free to leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. Also, if you have other Philip K. Dick recommendations, and Adam, if you actually watch this, let me know some Bernard Shaw that you think would be a good starting point for me. I'm not really sure. I like this so far, and I think I'll enjoy his writing style, but I'm not really sure which work to pick up first. Anyway, I am going to enjoy this very, very overcast and rainy day with a reading marathon and some hot cocoa. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week, and I will see you soon. Bye.